Most fans will tell you that they don't care what happens during their favorite team's season as long as they beat their rival. For the men's basketball team, beating Purdue at West Lafayette could very well be their season highlight. They had their chance as they took on the number 19 ranked Boilermakers. To West Lafayette we go, where a classic Indiana basketball rivalry is renewed. Purdue up 3-0 already, a scrum under the basket. E'Twaun Moore gets the ball deep and nails the three. The Boilermakers go up 6-0 early. Purdue up 9-2 now, and there's Moore again with the steal. Speeding down the court, past and over Tom Pritchard for the basket, and Moore had a game-high 26 points. Down 22-14, Verdell Jones drives, misses, but there's Tom Pritchard to clean it up. Pritchard would finish with 12 points on the night. The Hoosiers trying to make a comeback now. Senior Kyle Tabor gets the ball under the basket, puts it up. That's 2 points. IU's down 27-21. Here's Tom Pritchard, spins and gets it. Tom Pritchard showing off some of his unlimited potential there under the basket. Into the second half we go. Purdue's up 41-32 when Devin Dumas decides to hit a ridiculous shot from deep. Dumas was 2 for 4 from 3 on the night. The Boilermakers starting to pull away here. Riddle gets the ball deep, nails the three, and Purdue's up 53-39. Verdell Jones has the ball, going down the court, slips through the defenders, and a nice pull-up jumper, nails it. He finished with 16 points on the night. Indiana's down 64-53 when Jones has a nasty pass inside to Malik Story. Story had 9 points in the game. Towards the end of the game, E'Twaun Moore has the ball again, hits a completely insane shot. That'll put a cap on it. The Boilermakers will win this one 81-67.
When the IU and Purdue men's basketball teams meet up, it's always a battle. And unfortunately, the Hoosiers fell short to the Boilermakers 81-67 in Mackey Arena.
To come in here and be resilient, to battle with them and to understand, for most of us, for a great majority of us that have never been in this game, the impact of it. I'm proud that they came in here and they battled. They didn't flinch.
Anytime you can come in and beat Indiana on your home floor, you know it's good.
Although the Hoosiers never took control of the scoreboard in this matchup, IU still had players put up big numbers. Verdell Jones led the Hoosiers with 16 points, followed by Tom Pritchard with 12. Kyle Tabor came in with 10, and one of IU's leading scorers, Matt Roth, was held to just 4 points against a dominating Purdue defense.
It seemed like every time we get on a run, then they'll get on a run and go back up. So it was pretty frustrating, but it was a close game, and hope we just come back better.
We wanted to come out and be aggressive and start aggressive. Toughness was a big key tonight. We were talking about we got to be the first on the floor to grab loose balls, and we started to do that in the first half, and just everything carried on to the second half. We played 40 hard minutes, but we weren't able to come out with the win.
From Mackey Arena, Alexis Hosier, Hoosier Sports Night.
Purdue's E'Twaun Moore joined a not very exclusive club as he put up 20-plus points on Indiana, finishing with a game-high 26. Not to be outdone, teammate Jawan Johnson picked up a double-double. Johnson had 14 points, 10 rebounds, and for good measure blocked 5 shots. There was a Tom Pritchard sighting in the game. The freshman picked up 12 points, 8 boards, and even 4 steals. Verdell Jones III continues to carry the IU torch, leading the team once again with 16 points.
Matt Painter understands what Tom Crean is going through. 4 years ago, Painter was given the daunting task of reviving a lifeless Purdue basketball program and has excelled to one of the top young coaches in the country. And while it's no secret that Crean is quickly cleaning up Kelvin Sampson's mess, Painter sympathizes with his cross-state counterpart.
He's building, and at times he's playing for another day. But there will be another day, and that was the thing that we told our guys in the locker room. They're laughing at Purdue right now. You're laughing at Purdue basketball, but they're not going to laugh in 3 or 4 years. And now that 3 or 4 years has rolled over for us, and I know he'll use that same logic to build up steam and to build up motivation to try to get that program back, the top of the Big Ten.
But while Painter had Carl Landry and David Teague to build upon, Crean had to start from scratch.
You got to understand, 11 months ago, he didn't have a team. If everybody had the same problem as he had, he'd have one of the best teams in the country. Think about it. It's hard to get guys to play together, period, when you have seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. He has all first-year guys. He has one JUCO guy that plays. The rest of them are freshmen and Tabor. That's impossible, and they've done an unbelievable job.
Both coaches have enormous potential, strong recruiting ties, and revived fan bases, leaving the future of the IU-Purdue rivalry limitless.
It's a great rivalry. It transcends players, coaches. It does. And I'm really happy that we're going to have a chance to be a part of this for hopefully a long time.
You know, for us to have the same type of rivalry, you have to have consistency where head coaches stay in place for a long time, and they both have to be competitive and battle for Big Ten titles. And if those two things can happen, you know, this rivalry can grow, get back to where it was. But that'll take a lot of time. You know, there's always been the Indiana-Purdue rivalry, but to have it, you know, where it was in the mid-'80s, the mid-'90s with Coach Katie and Coach Nite, you know, that was special.
Thanks, guys. Indiana has struggled mightily the last few years against Ohio State. However, on Sunday, fans came out in pink to support the women's basketball team in the fight for breast cancer. There is Ohio State's Player of the Year candidate, Jontel Lavender, but in the first half, it was Jamie Brown looking like a candidate. As right here, she puts the runner off the glass to put the Hoosiers up by 2 early. This time in transition, Brown gets into the lane and puts up the shot. The Hoosiers with the early 16-13 lead. Brown would draw the foul and the bucket. Now she gets it over to Roberson in the quarter, who hits the 3. Brown had 4 assists on the evening. The Hoosiers are up by 8. And this time Brown does it herself. That's her strength right there, nailing the 3-pointers. She had 8 first-half points. The Hoosiers led by as many as 10 in the first half, but the Buckeyes would close the gap, and Star Allen banks this one in. We go into the half tied at 33. Second half would be all Buckeyes. Right there, Lavender finds Allen, and Ohio State takes the lead 40-39. Later on, Sarah Prohalis gets into the lane, puts up the layup. That would cap a 12-2 run for the Buckeyes, and they are now up by 5. And just get it inside to Star Allen. She will take care of the rest, puts it in there. The Buckeyes up by 11, and here she goes again. Splits through 2 IU defenders. She had 22 points on the game, 14 in the second half. Brown shut out in the second half. The Hoosiers go on to lose 79-67.
Indiana has struggled against Ohio State, going 1-9 in their last 10 meetings. They hope to change their fortunes today, but luck wasn't on their side.
I think it's the third Sunday in a row that we faced opportunity and came up short. And the game is about runs. We had our run early. They had their run second. We had a mini run third, and they finished off with their run.
The Hoosiers started fast, getting as much as a 10-point lead in the first half, but Ohio State's size began to take over the game.
We executed the game plan when it came to Jantel, but we let Star Allen get way too many offensive rebounds and way too many fouls, and let her didn't make the game as hard for her as we should have. So we executed well with Jantel, but with Star Allen, we really needed to pick it up, and it hurt us in this game.
IU was out-rebounded 38-31. Ohio State's Jontel Lavender recorded a double-double with 12 points and 12 rebounds, and Star Allen terrorized the Hoosiers inside 22 points.
I'm very disappointed that we got 31 rebounds when we shot the ball at 41%. There was a lot more rebounds for us to get, and our goal was to average 40 rebounds a game, and we clearly fell short in that regard.
Indiana hopes to end their season with a win when they go to Michigan to face the Wolverines. In Bloomington, I'm Josh Greenberg, Hoosier Sports Night.
Ohio State had a 1-2 punch in Star Allen and Jontel Lavender. Lavender earned a double-double with a 12-point, 12-rebound performance, while Allen had a game-high 22 points and 7 rebounds. Brittany Johnson pitched in 18 points as well for the Buckeyes. Indiana's All-American candidate Whitney Thomas recorded yet another double-double. She had 10 points, 13 rebounds, and even led the team in assists with 7. 4 out of the Hoosiers' starting 5 scored in double digits except Jamie Brown, who had 8 points but also 4 turnovers. Let's send it back out to Assembly Hall with Rachel Benson.
Even with Indiana's strong school pride, the women's basketball team wasn't looking for the normal red and white in the crowd, but encouraged fans to wear a different color. Supporters promoted awareness of the fight for breast cancer by wearing pink to the game. Arriving at the game, fans were given pink and white pom-poms and facts on breast cancer and the Susan G. Komen for the Cure. Not only was the crowd wearing pink, but the color was seen everywhere, from ribbons to whistles to even a pink basketball. The team even supported the awareness by sporting the spirit on their warm-ups.
I think it's a very good event. You know, the crowd came out. We had a little bit more fans because I think a lot of people really support the Think Pink thing with Big Ten and, you know, women with breast cancer and everything.
Even though IU lost to Ohio State 79-67, the team was still glad to see the support.
I think it was a great event. The crowd was, you know, great. You know, too bad we didn't get the win for them, but it's a great time, especially with K-Yow and everything. A lot of people are supporting him more, getting more educated, and I think it's a special time when we have these games.
About 2.5 million breast cancer survivors in the U.S., the IU women's basketball team hopes to fight and raise that stat. At Assembly Hall, I'm Rachel Benson, Hoosier Sports Night.
The nation's top-ranked wrestling team came into Bloomington as the Hoosiers tried to tie up the Hawkeyes.
Also up next, we'll have coverage of the tennis team's match against the SEC's Alabama. Stay tuned.